All right, everyone. I'll tell you what, tons of green around the market if you know the places to look. And I've found some of those places. I'm going to share them with you. I'm going to show you some of the results from our Trade Wins channel over at the Discord. Links in the description, 50% off your first month when you use the code word doctor. I'll show you why you want to be over there. And I'll also tell you about Bitcoin potentially reaching all-time highs. Before you even watch this video, we'll see. But I have been reporting on that, saying how important that support was in this morning's video. And man, we caught that rocket ship today. I got a trade in on that as well. And that one is still live, still active. And man, the sky's the limit. I can't wait to see where exactly that goes. Without further ado, let's put up those trade wins. So kicking things off with Chief, 41K up in a month, 37.63%, 6K up on crypto, 76% profit on an intraday trade on QBTS for myself. So that absolutely awesome. Receipt in the Dr. Stock channel. And then also over here, Nate M, Dr. Stock, base hit following the trade that I had. Now, mind you, did his own due diligence, his own decision, 56% profit on that one. Nate M posting some crypto wins as well. Money Mitch putting up about a 30% win there. Alpha Bariqua putting up about 25% profit on that one. Dr. Stock again, Moderna call. I told you about Moderna this morning, and it took off like a rocket ship today. 58% profit, and that's only because it was moved too darn fast for me to make more. I'll tell you what, I was just in the moment. I was inside modifying my order, pushing up that upper limit, and it took me right at the $275 level for that one. So perfect on that one. Front and option, one of our panel experts, 118% on that play. 808 Tensei, 14-ish% on that one, 11% on this one on just a couple intraday scalps. Rigetti, 23% from iBeach69, and 174% from iBeach69. And then EV out here posting out another win for us, R-Cube as well. And they just keep on rolling in. You guys get the picture. You guys get the idea. Now, mind you, we got a whole team of experts over there, including Stockmo, 808 Tensei that you saw on there. Crypto Will's also over there. We share as much news, information, analyses, trades as we can with you, helping that pursuit of financial freedom and building alpha in your portfolios. And it's been just a party with all the volatility that we've had in the markets, whether it's been up, it's down, calls, puts, you name it, with those options that we have. And you guys, if you want to come join us, the link's down in the description. I'll talk about that later. In the meantime, I do want to get into the charts for you to recap some of those penny stock plays that I had talked about, and then to also talk about Bitcoin, show you a little bit about what's up with Moderna, because that's possibly not done running yet. Tesla even has some interest. There's just so much to see. Man, let's just get into it. Enough talking. Let's start showing things there, Dr. Stock. So just the cues real quick. We still have not solidly broken up above 521.17. We need to get a candle on top of that thing, but I'll tell you what, we get a ton of buying pressure just above that 513 level that you see on here. It just keeps on coming in. The bears are like rah, and the bulls come in like with their horns out, ready to go, and just keep on smashing on through. So we'll keep our fingers crossed that we can get up above there before the momentum gives out. We'll watch and see what happens. The SPY, same thing. The bears thought that they had the bulls, but the bulls like, we're not done yet, and they pushed that bottom back up, retracing back up significantly from the sell down that it had late in the trading day. IWM still needs to break that 209 level. Nvidia, man, oh man, that's looking bullish. I think we're going to hit that 144 price target in that run up to earnings. We'll see if we get it. It's probably going to need the market's help. So market down, Nvidia might be down leading up to those earnings. Market up, Nvidia up leading up to those earnings. We'll watch and see what we get. Tesla, if I go to the 1 hour chart and we'll reset the view here, there we go. And zoom in on that. See if I can get a good view for you. Let's stretch that out that way and bring it right here. Look at that broadening pattern that we have, that volatility that you're seeing. You can absolutely trade off of that volatility. The important thing for today is that we actually got trapped up in this area of resistance, with the bottom of it sort of serving as support for us right around 343. We need to get a candle on top of 352. And now we need to get on top of this broadening pattern as well. If we do, that can be extremely bullish, especially as we had a bullish lean into it. We could make a bullish exit from this as well. If we go back out to the daily chart for Tesla, what does it look like? I told you before, if you watch my other videos, we could possibly see that 373 number pop out, possibly more, maybe up to as high as 411. I don't have it on here right now for you because there's so much to cover, but I will say 411 is a number to watch if we're able to break 373. So Tesla, potentially bullish from what we have going on here. Weekly momentum looking great. Monthly momentum looking great. Daily is just a little bit overbought. Actually came out of overbought territory, just riding at 68 right now. dropping a little bit, but it's okay for it to calm down in the near term. So if we go out to Bitcoin now, check this out for Bitcoin. Let me get to, like, we'll call it the 15-minute chart. There we go. And look at the volume that we got in the 15-minute chart going back to starting at 3 o'clock all the way up until we got to about 4 o'clock. That 3 to 4 hour window, the trading volumes just pumped for Bitcoin, pushed us up again to the top of this resistance. I told you before that the support resistance that I give here for you is absolutely solid. And look at this. You guys can see the sort of pressure that we get every time we pop up above this. That's just a big selling pressure zone, but this time we're a little bit more refreshed. If we can sit on top of that, we got a clear shot at 109,356, which is that previous all-time high. Sitting on top of that opens up much higher all-time highs. I think another 10% at least sitting on top of it. We'll watch and see if we get that. Daily chart, a little bit overbought. Weekly, ripely bullish. Monthly, close to overbought, but not quite overbought. We'll see what we get on that monthly chart for that. XRP, watch out for it. If Bitcoin's running, XRP's coming next. Watch that $3 level, because that's where I think we're shooting for if we have that bullish movement coming for it. And then if Bitcoin's moving, we can get up to that $4.97, probably $5 level for SUI as well, if we get that same tail whip effect coming for us from Bitcoin. All right, now to MRNA. This is what I made the 58% on, I think it was today. Closed down below. Let me take off some of the technicals for you. There we go. This red line streaking across your screen, that's the 50 EMA. We closed below it, not great. You guys can see the selling pressure that's up here. Look at the volume move that we made today. That's massive volume. The 5 across the 13 solidly. I was in the position yesterday. I had to wait about 24 hours to cash in on it today. And like I said, I should have 2x'd on that one. That one should have been a 100% banger at least. I just wasn't fast enough. I had my stop loss set. I was moving that up. That one I had set at even when I had it first set. I gave it 30% worth of room, 30% to the downside. Didn't even need it. And then I'll tell you what, took off like a rocket ship today. 58% just because I had my top too low on that one. As a matter of fact, I could have just had the stop loss and just let it run, but that's not normally the way I structure it, because then you tend to, when you try to let it run as much as possible, you tend to miss that peak of it. At least that's what I do when I find it. So for MRNA, for Moderna, absolutely massive. And you guys can see where that trading volume came in. News story hitting, very positively received between 11 and 11:30 is when we're looking at that. I don't think that we're done moving yet on Moderna. I think that it's worth keeping on your watch list. All right, QSI, check this one out. So for QSI, this is one of my penny stock plays, and let me take down those for a moment. So we got stopped right at about resistance, about even with this peak over here. This peak happened to be, I got my cursor on it there, 176. We ended up being just a little bit shy of that. I think 170 or 173 is what we made it to. If we bring up the technicals on here for you, and we'll stretch that out a little bit, my resistance, you can see the red line on here, is the 78.6 Fibonacci retracement level that we have on here. 181 is just north of that. We got good volume today. It's possible that if we can sit on top of that tomorrow or over the next several days, if we can clear 181, then we're up to 226. Let's keep our fingers crossed that we get it, that we see that bullish movement. Almost a 20% day today on that one. And out of the quantum stocks, it was QBTS, which I made that 76% profit on today, just into quick intraday trade. I think I was out of it by something like 9:45 or something. So within the first 15 minutes trading, made a 76% profit move off that. And let me just show you the quick technicals. I'll show you what I shared over at the Discord on this one. Let me go down to maybe the hourly chart. There we are. Actually, we'll go even smaller than that. Let's go down to the 5-minute chart. That's a 3-minute chart. One more time. Perfect. And let's reset the view. There we go. So look how this thing opened. I put this out in the pre-market hours, and I said, here's the resistance, here's the support down here. Look, we got almost pixel perfect. I don't know if you guys can see that candle right there with that wick coming down off of it. That wick dropped down to a low of 1460. And if we go back out to the daily chart where you can actually see the numbers that I have on here, you can see within 2 cents, there's a 1458 that sits on there. Maybe you can see it on your screen right now. I'll try to drag that down to the middle for you. Right here, it is 1458. That's what I shared out. That's where Nate M and myself tried to time that perfectly as that price came down and tagged that. And then we just got a violent rip right off of that. So for me, I was on this part of the rip. I got stopped down on the way down, and then you can see we even went higher. And look at the resistance inside this area of resistance, 1739. You can see we keep getting rejected off of. That was also shared over at the Discord. So the information that comes out just keeps on pumping out there for you. And I'm just one of the panel experts that's over there. Like I said, links in the description, code word doctor when you're ready. OCGN running about 5% today. This one I don't think is done running either. If we go out to the daily chart, the momentum's looking great. The volume also looking great. The 20 over the 50, both curving up towards the 200. We might actually have that golden cross coming soon. And if we go out to what we have for the exponential moving averages, the 5s over the 13 over the 50, and we got that movement on strong volume, I think there could be higher prices coming for OCGN. I talked about it this morning. BBAI dropping about 5% today, but man, it is sitting right along this bottom trend line right here, right about at support at about 350. We could be seeing from where it's at right now in the post market, we could probably put on about 83 cents to make it up to this resistance up here at 439. Got my eyeballs on that. We'll see if we catch it. You can see that we actually hit that back on the 14th of May. I think that we're going to revisit it, and that's why I put it on my best penny stocks to buy now. So BBAI, OCGN, and then QSI. We'll see what it does next. Today it hit. I've talked about it in the pre-market, and then it moved right along quantum stocks today, and it hit big for us. You guys can see that big old pickle that we have there on the screen for you. Now, mind you, I like to trade options. That's where those large percentages come from. The outsize, what you see from the market gains that are out there as well. You guys can learn to trade options. You can learn about the technicals that I do. You can learn about the technical trading strategy that I use called the bread recipe, developed by Stockmo. He's a personal friend of mine. Through the coursework through Stockmo Academy, the same code word doctor, DOCTOR, is going to work for those courses as it does for signing up for the Discord, which is where I post all my buys and sells, my technical analyses, where I interact with the thousands of community members that are over there. Code word doctor is going to save you a ton of cash no matter where you use it out of those two links. Bundling the two courses saves you even more cash. Just so you know, a little bit of a secret out there, if you scroll down enough to see the course bundle, use code word doctor on that. So you save with the bundle, you save even more on top of that with the code word. So guys, I hope that you like what you see on here. I hope that Bitcoin runs up to all-time highs, because if it sits on top of that 107, 115, I think was that number, we got a clear shot at all-time highs. We got to be fearful of a triple top. We could retrace off that all-time high. Watch 109, 356. We could get a massive rejection off of that. Then we got to watch that massive support area, resistance area I showed you. We got to watch that for massive support as well. We got to withstand that selling pressure enough to have that price discovery above the previous all-time highs. I hope you like my analyses. If you guys do, go ahead and subscribe. If you want to hit me up in the comments, if I helped you out at all, I'd love to hear about it. If you guys have other penny stocks that you're watching, let me know about those too. Quantum stocks, let me know what you think. Bitcoin, you guys name it. I just like stocks, finance. Love hearing with you guys. I'm a very social person as well. That's what makes it so nice to be in the Discord that's full of just incredible, highly social people that are all after financial freedom and alpha in their portfolios. It is wonderful to share that common goal. And guys, I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to see you over there. Thanks for watching. I am Dr. Stock, Doctor of Education. Remember, my friends, that learning is earning. We'll see you next video.